Hello everyone, welcome back to Simulated Heaven and welcome back to Prepared version 2.4. I'm trying out the Blade by Lionheart Creations and I'm planning on doing a flight from Goodwood down to Sandown on the Isle of Wight. I think it's a very short flight, only 20 miles, something like that. And this is quite a fast airplane, so it shouldn't really take me that long. For your information, I do have the Goodwood orbx airport add-on, like a payware add-on. I'll put a link in the description. But the main purpose of this video really is to talk about the Blade. If we look at Lionheart Creations website, it says, take a step into the world of tomorrow. How planes might look, what fuels they might use, how they might handle and feel, what features they might have. Discover the world not yet seen. Blade is a design project that looks at the possibilities of electric propulsion using modern day technologies even. Combining Tesla automobile motors and batteries, newer versions of BMW pathways for less expensive manufacture of carbon fiber components, and using modern, simplistic yet beautiful operating software systems to produce amazing instrument panels with colourful and imaginative layouts and designs. So essentially this is a fictional aircraft, and this is an electric aircraft, and it's quite interesting because I do own another one of their electric aircrafts, which is called the Avalina. I believe it was called the Avalina. That was a slightly larger aeroplane, and it looks like they've basically taken a lot of the systems out of there. They've obviously, slightly remodeled the look of the aeroplane. It does actually look really nice, but it seems like there is quite a lot of the stuff that is taken out of their Avalina. But the price of this is very, very cheap. It's only $7, so it is very, very cheap. So I feel like it's worth it, because obviously this is a much smaller aircraft. The one that I was talking about before, first of all, it's called the Avalina, and it looks more like a regular airplane, but this one is obviously quite a lot smaller. So it was interesting for me to buy this and fly it around, and you can see it basically looks like a car, doesn't it? It basically looks like a car with wings, and I think that's what they were going for. And you can see the interior basically looks like a car as well. It's kind of cool. And actually they've got some pretty nice camera views, as you'll see. Like, sometimes if I am cruising around, I'll just sit in the back. When we're cruising, sometimes I just sit in the back and pretend that I'm a passenger. I mean, the modelling, of course, is very, very nice. Like, whenever you get a Lionheart Creations aircraft, they always do a very good job with the modelling, So this one is the same, very high res, very nice looking. The instrument panel, I mean, I know they are going for something that looks very, very colourful, but to me it does look a little bit garish. Like, I'm pretty sure in real life it would have more of like a sleek look to it. If this aircraft was ever made in real life, I think you'd see something a bit more like a sleek look, something that would be like the instrument panel in like a Mercedes or something, but obviously with a aeroplane style. Anyway, that's enough of that. So I'm going to see if I can try to take off. Let's see if my flaps are working. I've been having some issues with, I'm using this iPad app, and I've been having issues with the Autopilot. Sometimes it will just randomly, like we'll be cruising along and it will randomly just decide that it will plummet the aircraft into the ground, which is not the best. And we need to put on the strobes and take off the landing lights. Okay. Now, as you can see, well, like I said earlier, this is not a very long flight. Shouldn't take us too long, especially this aircraft is pretty fast. Okay. Gear up. Trap the flaps. Start our turn. Of course, we're still using the live weather, which is awesome. As you can see, like today it's very cloudy in this part of the world. Yeah, it is very cloudy. Look at this, very low lying clouds, and it feels also very, very windy actually. The wind seems to be affecting me quite a lot right now. Into the clouds. Let's see if we can get out of the clouds. Almost. 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 Wow, there's a lot of clouds. Kind of veering off course a little bit here. I think I can see the top of some clouds. Kind of. Oh, our bank angle got a bit crazy there. Okay, we're now finally getting out of the clouds a bit. Because I'm not exactly the best of pilots, I'm not the best when I'm flying through clouds, to be fair. I'm still off course quite a lot. Okay. Yeah, it feels very windy up here. It does feel very windy up here. What are we doing? 5,000? I should really have changed the power, really. Like, I'm still at like almost full power, so let's take some power off. As you can see, this thing is pretty fast. We're doing quite a high speed, like 185. Okay, let's take a little bit of a look around. Wow, look at that. That looks so cool, doesn't it? It's like the combination of the Rex 4 cloud textures and sky textures, that combined with the live weather is just so realistic looking. It's pretty amazing. Right, why are we not still kind of not heading in the right direction. And this is the cool bit. Look, when you have come out of the clouds like this, it's so cool. You know, when you can see through the clouds and you see the ground underneath. This thing here is a rotating cloud. You see there's like a flat looking cloud. That's a rotating cloud, which is a bug in Prepar3d 2.4. I do want to obviously try to update from Prepar3d 2.4, but it's going to actually take a while because it looks like I need to reinstall the whole of the game, it seems. Anyway, so we're flying past Portsmouth right now. Now, for some reason, oh hang on, let's go back to our autopilot. We've only got 12 nautical miles. For some reason, oh that's why, because I've not got it on GPS. Whoops. I was wondering why my plane was still not flying in the right direction, but because I forgot to switch it from the nav across to the GPS. Now, so far the autopilot seems to be behaving itself. Like I said, yesterday I was having issues where I'll be cruising about, and then all of a sudden it would decide to plummet to the earth for no apparent reason. But so far, like today, it seems to be behaving itself. I was kind of wondering if it was a problem with the app, like the iPad app that I am using. Maybe that it's because of that. Because maybe if the connection is lost between the app and the game, maybe, I don't know. So this is kind of what I was talking about earlier. This is what I have done in the past. Just sit here and have a look out the window. It's kind of cool when you're just cruising along. Wow. Right, I think we need to try and reduce anyway. Let's reduce the power and let's see if we can reduce our altitude, because we're not that far away now, to be fair. We're not that far away. Let's come off the power a bit more. See if we can zoom in a bit more, shall we? We might even be able to see where the runway is. Not yet though. Okay. So I asked it to go down to just under 3,000. So this is what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I'm talking about. You see what happened there? The plane just all of a sudden started to veer towards the ground. So that's what I was talking about before with my autopilot. If anybody knows what is going on with that, I would love to know. But like I said, it might be to do with the iPad app somehow losing the connection with the game, you know, and then freaking out. Because I don't really know why it would freak out like that. I mean, it just all of a sudden it will just suddenly like decide that it's gonna freak out and you know, make you almost crash into the ground. So that was a prime example of what I've was talking about. I've actually tried like doing a few Prepar3d videos over the weekend, and they've all failed because that's happened. That, you know, I've been using the autopilot. I mean, this iPad app that I'm using is called Remote Virtual Cockpit, I think. It's really good. This is going to be a really hard landing. If it's going to be this cloudy all the way down, this is going to be kind of hard. But yeah, it's a really good app. I do really like the app. But it looks like maybe that might be what is causing some issues. Okay, I need to slow down. I'm going to put some flaps on, and we're going to slow ourselves down, because I can see we're pretty close to the airfield. In fact, that might be it just over there actually. We're even going to put our gear down in preparation. I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to land first time. Right, let's zoom in so I can see where the actual So the runway is like right there. So we're going to have to fly around now, I think, because we're going way too fast. We're kind of off course. So let's fly around. Like I said, I think this is going to be quite a challenging landing. Because, yeah. It's quite... feels quite windy and everything. And cloudy. Like, pretty crazy cloud is going on here. Right. Right, we should be able to do a little turn, or quite a big turn in a minute. And that should put us back in the right direction. I don't seem to be managing my altitude very good at all with this aircraft. I'm like, why am I like still over 2,000 feet? It's kind of crazy. Okay, so let's see if we can do a turn. I might even have to put on more flaps. I don't know, we'll see. It's feeling like I might need to put on more flaps. Because we're kind of still going quite fast, I feel. Okay, it shouldn't be too bad in terms of getting to the runway. Yeah, let's try one more stage of flaps. We'll see what that does for our airspeed. And we'll come off the power a little bit. We don't want to do anything too crazy, do we? Right, so our runway... Oh, our runway is right there. So again, we still completely messed that up. I need a bit more room, so let me have a look here. I suppose I can fly towards the water and turn around. What's our airspeed like? Yeah, we'll leave it like this, and then we'll, obviously when we're trying to actually approach proper, we'll take some more power off. It looks like that the Orbx England scenery does actually cover the Isle of Wight. It looks like, because this doesn't look like the default scenery. It does feel really windy today, but I'll have to double check on that. I could be wrong. Right, we're kind of at a nice speed. We were kind of over speeding before. We were at kind of a nice speed. And our altitude is not too bad. Maybe a little bit low, I don't know. Oh, there's another airport over there. Or another airstrip over there. Cool. Right, I'm pretty sure we can do our turn now. We're going quite a lot slower than before. I'm going to try and make it quite a smooth turn because, like I said, it feels quite windy. It feels like when I'm doing a turn, it's going all over the place. There's that other airstrip. Looks actually exactly the same as the airstrip. Well, not exactly the same, looks very similar to the one I'm landing at. Or trying to land at. Right. Nearly done. So we should be able to just we should see one way. I need to go a bit slower than that as well, actually. Oh my goodness. There she is. Right. No, too much power off, that seems like. I think we're good. Yeah, it does feel quite windy today. I don't know if it's just my bad flying, but it feels like we got to be careful. Not the best approach as usual. Not particularly happy with that landing at all. That was pretty terrible, pretty poor. But I haven't really flown this aircraft enough, and yeah. Basically, I mean, because I am not a professional, like really good with this kind of stuff, the way that I learn this is just by practice. Like, I don't usually like remember all of the speeds and all this kind of stuff. I usually just practice and kind of learn how to handle each aircraft. So yeah, that was a pretty awful landing. I would love to see a replay of that, but you know what, I don't think I've worked out replays yet. Let me just have a quick look. Flight analysis, yeah, we don't want to see that really, do we? I believe there is a replay feature, but I think I've not yet worked it out yet. No. Anyway, whatever. So, but it did look like a pretty awful, like we got near the ground and I was literally all over the place. But anyway. I am enjoying this game at the moment, and I am actually playing it quite a lot, so hopefully with a bit more time I might improve a bit more. This is quite interesting because pretty much all of this airport is either the FTX England stuff, but also that HD airport like add-on I think is also improving this airport, and it kind of makes me feel like I was going to actually buy loads more airports for this game. But when I see this kind of airport, I mean, it kind of looks alright to me. It kind of looks realistic enough. Like, there is actually, I believe that there is an add-on. Maybe it's an orbx add-on, I can't remember. Or, you know, there's quite a lot of more payware airports for England that I can either get through orbx or UK 2000. But when I see this, it makes me feel that I don't need to spend all that on those, because this looks, you know, realistic enough to me. Anyway, thanks for watching yet another awful landing on my part, but this was really just to show you guys the Blade by Lionheart Creations. I'm enjoying this airplane, it's pretty cool, and as always I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.